Refinance day, baby. You're gonna make $250,000 on this property, right?
Yes.
But we're gonna stay to the end to see, should he sell it or should he buy and hold? One of them is going to make $400,000 more. Guess which one it is? Follow us along as we break down the numbers in this property, how long it took you to do, what you learned from it. And if you guys wanna learn how to do the BRRRR method, click on the link below. I got you, baby. All right, so we're down here in front of this property. I wanted to tell you guys, this is my son's second property. This property here, I threw him under the bus, man, because normally an old 1880 Victorian house, you don't do this until you get way far in the game. But I wanted him to learn the hard way, because learning the hard way makes you stronger. Son, what kind of setbacks? If we look at this list here, did you have a low appraisal?
Yeah.
What did you do about it?
I just came into the deal, low enough numbers that it still worked.
Okay, so we'll cover low appraisal and how he dealt with that in a minute. DSCR shortfall. Did you have that?
Yes.
No, not really.
Well, yeah, not
You're
really.
just not able to pull out as much money as you wanted to, right? We'll go into what DSCR shortfall is in a second. But you got an interest only on this, which dropped your payment to $1,625 a month.
Yep, after taxes and insurance, it's gonna be like 2,000 flat, so I'm still gonna
be less than that, because you're doing
my tax abatement. But even before, I'm still gonna be cash flowing $900 to $1,100 a month.
Okay, because this property got rented for $3,100 a month.
$2,900. I'm trying to get $3,100 though.
Okay, you're trying to get her up, so $2,900. You $2,900.
We'll get.
And your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. You don't have any principal reduction.
Yep.
Which I really want to break all this down for you guys inside. So let me go through this. Documentation gaps you didn't have. Seasoning or value basis, credit drops. Where's your credit at?
I don't know.
Like 800?
Probably not anymore because I've done all these. I'd have to ask. I really do not know what.
But it's a high 700. Okay.
Yeah.
Property or permit issues discovered.
Yeah.
What happened here, man?
I made the issue of not doing the blueprints right, and I put in there that a wall got deleted that was never there. So then they wanted me to go back through and do a whole bunch of stuff in the building department, and that ended up costing me a couple grand.
Okay, you paid $48,000 for this house.
Yes.
Our original assessment on it was you were going to be in it for $250, right? And it was going to be worth $350. But we realized that there was a house right there that just appraised at $700. See, we're in an emerging market in an area that's getting gentrified. Right over there is the project. See them big buildings? 2 murders happened over there a couple months ago. There was a drive-by right here. There was somebody got murdered up there too this summer, right? So 3 murders within what, 4 blocks?
Yeah.
Up here at the end of the corner, they got a shot spotter. Tell them what a shot spotter is.
Shot spotter is when there's those shootings, it'll tell you what caliber it is and then where it was shot from.
So it tells the police that. Now we can see that too, can't we? Is it like
yeah,
public database?
On Ring and all of those criminal bases.
So why do they put them in areas like this? Because there's a lot of crime. But if you turn around and you look over here, look what's happening. That's our hospital there. You see this brand new development behind the trees? So this is an old Ford factory that they turned into a development for the hospital. So we're buying in the right area. This property ended up appraising. Your first appraisal came in low. This should have came in at 590. Should have came in at 590, but you should have been all in this project and been done in 3 months. 3 months. You think you could have got this done in 3 months?
If I really pushed it, I could have.
Okay, so do you really want to make money? Do you really want to be serious about this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this would have took you 3 months. Instead, it took you 13 months, which cost you an extra $30,000 in holding costs, and it cost you an extra probably $30,000, $40,000 renovation costs. So you end up having $50,000, $60,000 more in this property than you should have. You were supposed to be out on it at $240. He ended up about $300. He got very, very lucky that he had money from his other properties that he had cash out. But running a property like that, man, can bankrupt you. But I would never let one of my students do a deal like that on their second deal. But since I knew that the value he was gonna learn from doing this was worth way more than the extra 50 grand, and he still came out on top. Appraisal came in at 480.
Yep. 480.
Plus you got all this land that's worth 100, right?
Yeah.
So all the way over there to where that Tesla is,
yeah,
all the way back, all the way up to here. All that land is separated off your property right now, right?
Yes.
And so the property itself came in at 480. Bought it for 48, put another 210 in renovation, and then the rest was holding costs. You're in it for about 300 grand. You're doing a cash out here. Today, what time?
2.5 hours.
Okay, and you're getting 320,000 out. You're gonna take that 320, you're gonna pay off the 300, you're gonna walk away with $20,000. Well, you're probably gonna have closing costs. You're gonna probably walk away with about $10,000. But if you would have done this quick, you probably would have walked away with a lot more money than that. But you still are gonna have 160,000 equity plus that lot. So a $250,000 you made off this building pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Your taxes are gonna get abated to the 50 grand. So that'll be $1,000 a year. Your debt service is $1,625 a month because you got a 10-year interest only at 6.375, right?
Yes.
Okay, so $1,625 plus $100 for your taxes. And what's your insurance gonna be?
Insurance on this month is gonna be like $100 a month.
$100 a month, and you got good insurance, but you got a blanket policy.
Yeah.
So you're $1,825 and it's rented for $2,900. So even with your vacancy, your maintenance, you're making $600-700 a month in positive cash flow.
Yes.
Now you could have pulled more money out if you wanted to. You could have went up to a 75% cash out and did more money. Why didn't you do that?
Interest rates just got way higher and it just didn't make sense because this cash flow right here, I could take this and I could go buy something now that maybe isn't gonna cash flow, but it's still a good deal because I got 1,000 plus coming in a month on this one.
So basically what you're saying is you wanna balance your portfolio.
Yeah.
This one here you may push to not have very much cash flow, but one that has more cash flow will allow you to pull more, be able to go up to 75% out.
Yes.
Because this one you're only doing what, 65% out?
I think 63.
63, so you got a better interest rate by doing that. So let's go inside and talk about some of the things that really held you up on this project. And let's look at the before and afters, man. I want to show you guys what we did. So out here, you kept the deck.
Yep.
The outside, you spent about $15,000 to pressure wash, do the brick,
do some
paint.
work.
You spent about $7,000 on the window. This front door was $2,000. That's a big 96-inch mahogany. How much did it cost you to put these handrails up here?
Those handrails, say those probably $500 to $700 once you're taking into account labor.
You got nice lights here, nice address plaque, really nice door hardware. Oh man, it's beautiful, baby.
Thanks.
So this whole area here was a bar area. This was actually an Elks Lodge. We had to uncover this. The windows were covered up. This area here, the floor was rotted out. Break this down. If you were to do this over and you did it on paper, how long would it take?
I don't know.
Break it down. What would be your first, how long would it take to do the demo?
Very first thing, yeah, would be the demo. The demo in here, looking back on it, would probably take 10 to 14 days because there's a lot of really tedious stuff that had to be done.
All right, so Caden, you need to be able to get the demo done in 2 to 3 days. That comes down to you being here and managing guys.
Well, the main thing on it was we would want to trip out this much plaster so they could put the drywall in, and then more plaster would come out. So we had to take out more plaster.
That comes down to you understanding the scope up front. That doesn't have to do with you doing demo in phases. There's one phase in demo. It's start, finish. It's not start, do a little bit. That means you don't have your scope laid out. So if you have your scope laid out, right, that's planning ahead. Then all you're doing is saying, you know, you got 8 guys down here doing demo. Can 8 guys get this demoed in 2 days?
I don't think 2 days.
All right, let me ask you this. How long will it take to demo this area right here? Just this area?
3 guys a day.
3 guys 1 day. Okay, cool. How many square feet is this?
600.
Okay, how many square feet is the property?
3,600.
Okay, so?
No, 2,900.
So 3,000 square feet. So 3,000 divided by 600 is what? 6, 12, 18, 24. That's 5. So if you had 15 guys here, you could get this done in 1 day. You see what I'm saying? You put 3 guys in this room, you got your dumpsters lined up, but instead of doing that, just get 8 guys down here for 2 days. The demo's done. Then you're gonna have 2 guys stay back the very next day while the other guys are doing the framing. And you know what's gonna happen? That's the detail work. Because you gotta understand on a project who is the detail oriented and who's not detail oriented, right? Then after that, you got 7 days to do, you got two days to do your framing, 1 day for inspection, 7 to 10 days for mechanicals, right? 7 to 10 days for mechanicals. That puts you at about week 2. Then what are you doing after your mechanicals? Your fire blocking and your installation.
Installation, yeah.
That's 2 days and 1 day for inspection, max, right? That puts you at day 17. Then you got your drywall coming in. How long does your drywall take?
7 days.
Okay, so now you're at day 24, 25. The same time they're doing the drywall, you know what else is happening? They're working on the tile, right?
Yeah.
So by day 25, your drywall's hung and finished, your cabinets are already in because you're putting them in so that you can get your granite measured because you got lead time on that, right? So day 25, 26, your granite's coming in because you've already measured that day 17, right? At the same time, you got the outside guys working, finishing up doing that. You can do these projects in 45 days. I know that sounds crazy. Some people take 9 to 12 months, but if we lay it out step by step by step, and that's understanding the BRRRR method. So if you're doing that critical path method, I put a critical path method together for you. What happened?
Didn't go to plan.
Why? Was it, whose fault was it?
Mine.
So it was always the construction manager's fault, right? The construction manager.
Unless you hire a construction manager, then it's still your fault.
There you go. You're right, yeah. And so one of the things that Caden talked about out there was, see this here? This had a 8x8 old cut cedar. Was that cedar? That wood?
It was cedar.
Yeah, it was axe cut.
Very dense.
And so what Caden did was he had a floor plan drawn up, and this had a wall in it with a door. And I looked at the plans before he submitted them, and I said, Caden, look, man, you can't do that. Like, they're gonna think that's a load-bearing wall. And what happened?
I forgot.
You forgot? How much time and money did that cost you forgetting?
2-3 weeks and $5,000.
Just one thing forgetting like that cost you $5,000 because the inspector came in and said, well, I don't know if that's, you know, like you're gonna have to get an engineer in here to say that that's safe because you tore the wall out. I said, man, we ain't tearing no wall out. But by then it was already unraveled. So having systems and processes, now buying right and understanding your numbers, which is one thing I could say, you know your numbers for the most part, right? But we're at day 25, day 26. Now we got the doors and the trim going back in. We can finally put the backsplash up, right?
Backsplash was already up, remember?
You couldn't because granite came in day 25.
Yeah.
That's when you put your granite up. And when you hang your cabinets, you want them to be at 18 inches. 18 plus 1.5. You want them to be at 19.5 inches off the bottom cabinet. That'll give you enough room to break even. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 inches.
Reason we weren't able to on this one is just because this kitchen was so out of whack.
So what Caden's saying is this here, when you do these old houses, a lot of times they're out. This one's out a little bit. Yeah,
like you can see over there.
Yeah, over there, this one doesn't have any. So this one here is even, that one's off. From here to there, it's probably about
1.5 inches.
Nah, it's not 1.5 inches. That's about, you know, maybe 3/8 of an inch off right there. That's about 3/8 of an inch. So the floor is out of whack on these old houses. So break down, Caden, how much was your plaster, your drywall, and all your tile work in here?
$32,000.
And that was labor and material.
Yes.
All right, and that was including the painting and the priming too.
Yes.
Okay, so here, let's break down your numbers here, man, okay?
Okay.
Exterior, you had $15,000 on the exterior, right? You had $7,000 on the windows. How much on the glass block? Windows.
Glass block had $1,800.
Okay, we'll say $2,000 there. That fence up out there, you had about $3,500 in.
Yeah. Once you take it.
Okay, tree removal and cleanup of the exterior.
$6,000.
About $6,000. Okay, your $15,000 for the exterior prime paint included your tuck pointing and your equipment and your paint and your block fill, right? And all your mortar.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have your demo. So this 3,000 square feet cost about, to do an old plaster building like this, is about $5 a square foot. So if you had about 15,000 in the demo?
Yeah, that is what we had, yeah.
So 15,000 in the demo.
We have budgeted way less, but.
Now, if it's a drywall building, you could do it for 2 or 3 a square foot. So the whole square footage of the house. Your electric in a property like this is about $7 a lineal, or $7 a square foot. So 3,000 square foot house, $7 a square foot. However, you got a guy that was in between some jobs, and you put a new 200 amp main and a disconnect. How much did you end up having in your electric here?
$17,000.
Is that including the lights?
Yes, that includes the lights.
Okay, so 17,000. Okay, and then you ran all new plumbing. You tore out all the cast iron. How much was all your plumbing?
Plumbing was $1,000 a fixture with materials, so $17,000, $17,500.
I don't think you had.
Let me think let's think how many fixtures there are. So I think there's 13 and a half fixtures, not 17 and a half. So 13.5.
Okay, so explain to them how you're coming up with. You paid $625 a fixture.
Yes, but then you also have materials that you got to pay for on top of that.
So you paid.
You gotta.
$625 was labor.
That's labor and all the materials behind the wall. They'll cover all the PVC, and all the plumbing stuff that goes on behind the walls. But the bathtub you got to cover, the shower valves you got to cover, toilets, vanities, supply lines, all that stuff you got to cover. So
And shut off valves.
Yes.
Okay, so one other thing too, that doesn't include the hot water tank.
Yeah.
But when we're saying new plumbing, we're talking about a whole new plumbing stack. So a whole new ventilation system. We're taking a cast iron stack from 18, whatever year it was put in. This house was built in 1880.
Probably didn't even have plumbing.
They didn't have plumbing back. What do they have, an outhouse?
Probably had to, yeah.
Wow.
There ain't no plumbing.
We could go to the Metropolitan Sewer District and find that out. Probably in the, I don't know, 10s or 20s it was put in. But, you know, $1,000 a fixture is what we budget, what we plan. And what that means is to run all new, your water and your hookup down here is gonna be $1,000 and all your water lines and your faucets and everything. So you got a kitchen, that's one. You got 3 full baths.
That's 10.
That's each full bath is 3. 3 times 3 is 9, plus this is 10. You got a washer and dryer hookup, which is 11.
Yep.
Is there anything else?
You got that hot water heater.
Which is a half a fixture.
That's 11 and a half.
So that's 11 and a half.
Then you got.
We'll just call it a whole fixture with the price and everything. So that's 12 fixtures. So that's $12,000, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't include your vanities or anything, okay? Now your priming and painting, that was already with Wilbur.
Yes.
And again, that was how much?
$32,000.
$32,000. I think he charged $27,000 to $28,000. That was for all the drywall. That was all the drywall materials. That was to skim out every square inch of this place. That was to prime and paint. And that was to do all the backsplash tile. He supplies the mortar. That was to do the shower mud pan on your walk-in up there. That was to do, he supplies all the concrete board. Now what he doesn't supply, does he supply the thin set mortar?
The thin set, that's not the grout lines, is it?
No, that's what holds it on.
The mortar,
he supplies
does
the mortar.
supply that. He just doesn't supply the
He doesn't
grout
supply
line,
the grout, the finished product. So the
Yeah.
Schluter, which come here everybody, this is Schluter right here. This just gives you a nice clean edge here on your tile. And you can get this in metal or plastic. This is a piece of metal here. And then the grout. So for these thin lines here, you want to do a non-standard grout. This tile here is only 89 cents a square foot. Not a piece. There's 8 of these.
Oh,
So
wow.
8 of these for 89 cents with our Home Depot discount. So about 10 cents a piece. And then what happens, these have automatic spacers in them. So you don't need to space them.
Yep, you just
They
put
have
them on top of
spacers
each
built
other.
in. And then you just grout over top of that. So that was $32,000. Now you got your cabinets. These cabinets are good cabinets here. They got, you know, these are 42 uppers, solid plywood boxes, soft closed doors and drawers. So let's look at this here. This got the dovetail right here. Now these here are about $400 a piece installed.
Yep.
You think? Let's count them. We got 1,
450.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll count this as 1, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
So about $375 a piece.
Okay, so we budget 400. You got them for 375, probably with the handles installed.
Yeah, once you
$400 a piece. I think you were a little less, and that's because you got shims. You got guy charged you $1,200 to install them. You got them done in about 6 hours with the helper.
Yes.
And then the cabinets themselves were how much?
Cabinets themselves were like $325 a piece on average.
Okay, $325. So you paid 60. You didn't pay that much. You paid. I want to say you paid
Honestly, I don't remember.
$5,000 for
I
these
paid
cabinets.
$5,000 for all the cabinets. So what did that math? That was math into $250 a piece. So
Yeah. So $250 a piece. And then the install, the guy charged like 50 a cabinet, 60 a cabinet, right? So you had 6,200 all in on the cabinets. What about your granite here?
granite for all this granite, I think it was $1,400 or $1,300. Paid $55 a square foot.
Okay, and how much was it?
Was $1,375, I believe, with the sink cut out.
No, I think it was gonna be more than that. We could do a takeoff.
No, I'm thinking of another job. I think this one was like $2,100 with the sink.
This is probably about 2,100. I think that was your beach property.
Yeah.
Okay, so say 2,400. Let's just say with your undermount sink and your cutout. Now, typically you're gonna pay about $100 to $200 for this cutout here, and then $175 for the sink. The sinks, you still got to get this clean, son. You got.
Yeah, they still got to come and.
Oh, you didn't do final clean?
No.
Okay, you got all the tile and everything. You got toilets, mini split. You had to put a mini split in.
Mm-hmm.
How much were your mini splits?
Mini split on this one was $5,000.
Okay, tell them what a mini split is.
Mini split is just another solution for HVAC. So instead of you having to come in and pull a whole bunch of permits for HVAC and cut out potentially load-bearing walls and then just opening a whole bunch of cans of worms, they just are basically little HVAC.
Let's go upstairs and show them.
Yeah.
Let's just go up here and show them.
That'll be
Do you have your mirror in back here yet?
mirror in? No.
Yeah. Okay, what about your painting out your steps?
Wait.
How much did it cost you to paint your steps out?
Oh, I just had them do that while they were already over here.
Okay, so you ran this job real inefficiently, man. You probably had $10,000 in like punch out. You didn't run it tight. Maybe more, you think 20 grand?
I think probably 15 grand.
Okay, 15 grand in punch out. Okay, your flooring was how much?
Flooring for the whole house, I think was 7 grand.
7 grand?
Yeah, that's carpet, that's padding, tack strip.
No, I think it was like 10.
I'd have to go back and look.
I think it was 10, man. I'm gonna say $10,000 for your flooring. I know Wilbur.
No, yeah, I think it was 10 grand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of my other one. Right.
What about servicing your furnace and HVAC?
That was another 1,500.
Okay, that was another 1,500. Because you had a control board you had to do.
Plus this condensing unit out that was completely rotted out, the aluminum in it.
How much was all your trim that you had to do in here?
7,500. It prices at 7,500 because we had a crap ton of stuff.
Okay, what about this front door here that you had to do?
That's including the front door. We had a lot of.
Okay, how much to buy the front door?
2 grand.
Okay, plus 2 grand for the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then your vanities. How much were your vanities? Let's go upstairs and look at these
Vanities in total were 2 grand.
2 grand?
Yeah.
All right, so we're up here. Come on in the bathroom here. So how much were your bathtubs here?
Bathtubs were like 300 a piece.
Okay, so you had 2 of them, so $600 there. Then these vanities, how much were these vanities here?
Vanities were, I think these were $450 a piece. I had 2 of these ones.
So $1,000 for them. What about the mirrors?
$50.
Okay, so, and then the lights.
Light, 40.
You said the lights were included in the 17 grand?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had another 1,200 in vanities, plus install, we'll say 1,400. You had 2 of them. Then you had this one down in the basement. Then you have this one up on the 3rd floor. So this is the 2nd floor here.
Yes.
We'll just walk you through this real quick. Hardwire smoke detectors, nice big bedroom. Framing. How much money did you spend on framing?
7,500.
Okay.
Had budgeted only 25.
Okay, now you spent 7,500 on that. This was one big room. You subdivided this, made this into 2 bedrooms.
Yes.
What did you spend on doors? How many doors did you have to buy in here?
Doors, I had to buy, I'd say 15, because about half of them I had replaced.
Okay, this is the old original door, and look at the glass up there, man.
Yeah.
You see how it's getting wavy?
Yeah.
You know what that's from?
So freaking old, it's just starting to gradually fall down.
Gravity. Gravity's causing that to fall down. Now you see this doorknob here? You had to fill this old door in and do that.
Filler.
How much did that cost you?
To prep these doors?
To prep these doors and buy all the doors in the house.
4,500, 5 grand. There's a lot of wood stuff you have to do to keep doors.
So you got another 5 grand there. Then you got this old fire escape. You had to spend probably, I don't know, a couple thousand.
$1,500 on it.
$1,500 on it. Okay, and then let's go out here and look. What about these handrails and the steps? What did you have to do? Did we already cover that?
No, we didn't, but I didn't really have to do anything to these. They just had to be prepped. A couple nails and stuff coming out.
You had to paint them?
Paint them, yeah.
Okay. All right, now this here you closed off. There was a closet here before, right?
Uh-huh.
And what we did was took this bedroom here, and then you turn this closet in here. So all these closets, you did a really nice job, man. You got all these, how much you spent on cabinet on these?
200 in each bedroom.
What about the big one upstairs?
No, these ones were really about $120 a piece, and the big one upstairs I probably spent 600, I think is what it was. All the way.
So you spent maybe $2,000, and then how much to install all that?
Install that.
Probably
Took
$1,000
two
bucks.
guys. $1,000, yeah, just 2 guys, 2 days.
So $3,000 for cabinets, for $3,000 for the closets, and then you need to get that fixed
I
right.
already have the thing to fix that.
Okay,
but
what about painting the basement? How much you had to pay to paint the basement?
Paint the basement,
Yeah,
I had
what-
1,000 materials, plus I had 3 guys down there a day and a half. So what was that be? About $2,000.
Okay, 2,500. What about life and safety? You had to put all these smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors.
That was just included in electric.
Okay, so these got to be right inside the bedroom, and they got to be all interconnected, right?
Yep.
What kind of wire do you use to interconnect them?
12-3.
I think it's 14.3. That's low voltage, 15 amps.
No, I think it was 12-3 because I remember it's purple.
Okay. I mean, you could use 12.3, but you probably could get away with 14.3.
Yeah,
So
probably
what's the
'cause
difference
it's
between, tell them what 14 and a 12, what the difference is.
12 just draws a little bit more electricity. So the lower you go down on that first number, the more electricity it's drawing. Then that second number just means if it's going to be able to act on a 2-way switch or a 3-way switch. So if it had a 2 at the end, that means that I'd only be able to turn it on and off at one switch, but it has a 3 at the end. That would be like I could turn it on or off here, but then there's also a light switch down there that I can flip it on or off.
Yeah, good job. So also, if it has a 3 on the end, you can run 220 electric to it if it has a 4th wire, which is usually the ground, versus you can only run 110 on a 12-2, 110 volt. So basically what happens when you only got so many amps available on a 200 amp panel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do, so you got 2 legs. You have a 1 to 110 here. So you know when you got a double pole breaker?
Yeah.
The way that the 110 goes here, 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 here. So if you put a 220 breaker in a double pole, it's gonna grab 110 off this leg and 110 off this leg, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So then that's how you power up at 220. By powering up at 220, you cut the amperage in half, right? So a lot of times we used to put these electric baseboard heaters in, we'd have to cut the amperage down. So I don't know, I'm not that deep into electric. I just know that, you know, Will done a lot of our electric for years. He's the one that taught me a lot about that. So don't follow me for electric advice, but I do know enough to be able to confuse people that don't know anything. So let's go on upstairs, man, and look at, this is the 3rd floor. Now this is the master suite. It's a big property here, man. So you got 2,500 in the basement there. Then you have up here, these are the mini splits here. So what these basically do is heat and cool, okay? Instead of bringing up ductwork here, because you did have some ductwork. See this ductwork you had over here?
Yeah,
Just wasn't
wasn't enough.
Just
And the
wasn't
furnace
efficient.
wasn't big enough.
Yeah, so this here, you got a mini split, mini split, mini split, but look how big this room is. This is the master suite. I mean, this is, how many square feet? Probably 900 square foot master suite.
This up here is 930 square feet.
930, okay. Then we got this little area over here, a sitting area. You got in here, big old wardrobe, master closet. Then you got a really nice master bath in here, new toilet, big walk-in closet here. I mean, big walk-in shower. So Wilbur did a good job on this, man. He always does great work. This vanity here, how much was this vanity?
Vanity was 1,100.
1,100?
Yeah.
Okay. How much did you pay in screw-ups on your electric that you had to come back and do do-overs on?
I'd say if you're mixing in the scrubs plus change orders, 2,500.
Okay, plus 2,500.
Like in this closet, we weren't planning on doing any electricity at all. Then we were thinking like, heck, a few years from now, we're probably gonna want to come back and completely redo this closet where it's gonna need a lot of electric. So you can see, we got all this electric in here.
Yeah. Oh, and you did this nice barn-style door here too? How much was this door? Is this included in the door pricing earlier?
Yeah, the door is only like $250 with
Okay. Box gutters. How much you pay to get the box gutters fixed?
I think that
It was $800.
was probably the only area to save money.
Okay. What about extra trash out, dumpsters, just inefficiencies?
How much I paid in inefficiencies?
Yeah.
Just outside of the whole job?
Just outside.
Oh, just outside, probably $4 or $5 grand.
Okay. And then how much did you spend on insulation and fiberglass?
$5 grand.
Okay, about $5 grand. Okay, and then you had to rebuild this wall outside and the back. How much was that?
$1,000.
$1,000. Yeah, Phil took care of you on that. That puts you at how much you think you're at?
I already saw the number.
What?
But if I had to stay, I would have probably said 220.
You're at 191 plus your 48,000 in acquisition plus your 2,000 to the wholesaler. That puts you at 241 plus your holding costs, your gas, your electric, your water, your sewage, your debt service, everything, taxes, insurance. You got another $65,000 there, right? Puts you right at 350,000. Probably right around 300,000, right?
I don't think 6,000.
Well, probably not 6,000. Yeah, it's not necessarily 6,000 a month.
It's lost rent.
Nah, your lost rent's not included in the expense. That's just a lack of income, right? But you gotta know your numbers, right? What did we not include in that number? What's not in there?
Split. I had to repair that fire. I mean, nothing really big isn't, but like I had to repair that fire escape door.
So you have some other stuff that's in here too, Caden.
But you can include that in punching.
You got some other
20
stuff you
grand
didn't think
punch
about.
out.
We already did punching.
Okay.
You subdivided this lot.
Yeah.
That's part of your money.
Mm-hmm.
You paid $3,000-4,000 out to get the lot drawings done, right? So that was an investment that you took from here. Because how much do you owe on that lot?
Nothing.
You want it free and clear.
Yeah. Versus if I kept that on here, it would be on here. It would have a lien against it basically from the bank, and I wouldn't be allowed to build on it.
So here's the real reality. Hayden learned a ton on this project. This was by far the hardest project you've done, right? Do you think this project here was harder than all your other projects together combined?
Yeah.
Okay, so this project here, you're making $270,000, 250 to 270,000. Okay, your other projects you made
750.
So you made 800,000, 750,000. So just because it's a deal that you can make money off of doesn't mean it's worth doing.
But this is a good learning experience because now if I do see something that's a good deal, I can make $1 million on it. I got to do this. I know how to do it.
Yeah, I would much rather send my kid to do this than go to college and spend 200 grand. Because not only did he come out ahead, but he has a real skill set with unlimited earning potential. And see, what he's doing is recycling this down payment, the down payment on this property, the down payment on every property you're getting back. You literally can go buy 100 properties with the same down payment. How do you do that, son?
You just take the money from the first property, use it to buy the second, and then that the third, then fourth, and so on.
And you said something earlier, though. You said, oh, if I do this other deal, it's only going to take like 3 weeks to do.
Yeah.
You was like, I'm only going to make 15 grand. But what you're not thinking about is you're also walking away with 60 to 70,000 equity. So you're really making 75,000. So I just need to make sure you guys understand when you do these deals and you do them right, not only are you getting all your cash back, you're paying the investor back too. So let's say you had to put 20% down, you're getting your 20% back, plus more on top of that, tax-free. That's the BRRRR method. That's why you can become wealthy. There are investors out here trying to work to save money to get an 8% return. You're working hard to get an infinite return. You know why it's an infinite return?
Because a lot of the time, if you do it right, you don't even have to put your own money down.
No, infinite return means you got all your money back. You got all your money back. What kind of return can you put on something if you have no money in it and you're only getting positive?
It's infinity even if you only get a penny.
Yeah, it's infinity, right? Because there's no way to calculate a return metric if you have no money in it. So I'm glad you got this deal done. I want to see you do another one of these this year, but I want to see you do it very systematic. I want you to go back through the academy in week 7 and week 8, and I want you to perfect that, okay? Because if you perfect that, then you'll be able to do properties like this in 60 days. CO closed out. Why? Because you're thinking ahead. You're thinking, I'm not going to submit this plan. It's wrong, right? I'm not, like, I have to be down there. This has to be done by tomorrow. Because you started off really good. Then you just kind of fell off because you ain't got no kids depending on you. Your life doesn't change if you don't get this project done. That's not the reality for most Americans. The reality is for them, they lose their whole investment. And maybe they save 3, 4, 5, 10 years just to have the opportunity to do a deal. So what you take for granted is other people's dreams, okay? So when we start talking about doing this on social media, we're here to help these people. You'll never know what it's like, hopefully, to struggle and have to go through that, right? I think that that's a good thing and it can be a bad thing. You have to find a way to be able to relate better to people. Maybe that's you going down to the homeless shelter and donating time. Maybe that's you going down there and praying with the homeless people, not judging them, but thanking God that you're not in them shoes, right? Because it's easy to say, well, why don't they just get up and do this, right? But if I'm being real, I can say the same thing about me. Why don't I just go to the gym and lose weight, right? Because food has a stranglehold on me, man. And I love food, right?
Yeah, I know it's really hard.
Well, it's not really hard. It's just mental.
Mentally, it's really
right. So when I was a young kid, I was
really
traumatized, and I turned to food as my friend, right? So now I got my friends with me. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think a lot of Americans have eating addictions, and you got scientists and labs that are absolutely making food very addicting, right? And the government allows that shit to go on, and then they say, oh, we got the FDA. Man, FDA ain't doing nothing. The Food and Drug Administration.
Actually just left the WHO, World Health Organization.
We did? Well,
a couple days ago.
I'm not saying that's bad, but the stuff that we can eat here, other countries can't have. But the one thing that we have in this country is we print money for the rest of the world. If you can't get rich here, man, you can't get rich nowhere. You need to go spend 2 weeks in a third world country and come back here and open up.
Or a communist nation.
Yeah, or a communist nation where you don't even have the opportunity to do this stuff, man. So, you're all in on this house for about, $300,000. Let's break the numbers down, okay? Now, if you sold it, you can probably sell this right now for $499, right? If you sold it for $499 times a 0.93, that's how much you would get, 464,070, okay? Then you would have to pay off your, let's say 300,000. I leave you with 164,000. You're gonna have to pay about 32% out in taxes, state, local, and federal.
Yeah, probably 30.
So that's times 0.68. So all that work you did for 111 grand.
Yeah.
Okay? Not bad, right?
Yeah, but it's also gonna be a penny ever again.
Never make you a penny ever again,
Will probably
right?
make me $500,000.
Now, here's the difference. This property, $499,000, is in an area where it's gonna appreciate by probably at least 6% a year to the power of, let's say, 7 years. This property is gonna be worth $750. I think it'll be worth $900. So if we take $750 minus $500,000 and we divide that by 84 months, which is 7 years, that's $3,000 a month.
Dang, that's how much I'm getting in rent.
That's how much you're getting in appreciation every month. When you buy in the right areas, this is how you get wealthy. Imagine that's $36,000 a year you're making in appreciation. Plus, you got how much more cash flow? Let's say at least
I got
700 plus 700 times 84. That's $62,000. Wait, hold on.
Minus the 2,900, so that's like
that's 2,900. So that's 750,000 in value. So we're getting $250,000 in value, right?
Yeah.
You're getting $250,000 in value. And you're borrowing 320 out. Out of that 320, you're gonna walk away with 10,000, right? So let's just say you walk away with 10,000 in cash. You walk away with your equity. By year 7, you're not gonna pay down anything. You're still gonna owe 320, but it's gonna be worth 720. So that's 430,000 in equity. And then you also have your cash flow of, $800 a month times 72. So you're making $500,000, just like you said, off this property. But the average person goes and sells a property out and makes 111,000.
Yeah.
Now, you go get you 30 of these. 30 of these, son. 30. You up $15 million, bro. This shit ain't hard. It's all math, man. If you guys want to learn how to do this, let me just show you one more thing. Your interest payments, here, let's do the math. You're borrowing 320 times a 0.06375. That's, I think it was 1625 a month, divided by 12 months. 1,700 a month. That's your payment?
Give or take.
Okay, then your taxes and insurance. Your insurance, 100, your taxes, 100. So plus 200, because you're getting an abatement. That's 1,900 bucks, man. You got this rented for 2,900. Now, after your vacancy, maintenance, and everything, but guess what? Every year, you're gonna be able to raise the rent. This debt, your taxes, insurance is gonna move a little bit, but we're locking your taxes in for 15 years. It's not rocket science, man. The reason that people are scared to do this so many times, you know why they're scared to do this?
Because they're told debt's bad. They think they're gonna get in all this debt.
They don't understand that debt.
And a lot of time they're renting, paying off somebody else's debt, saying that.
Yeah, but do you know that money, and I know it's crazy for people to understand this because they value it as money, but money is only debt. Money doesn't exist anymore. Money used to exist when we were on the gold standard, but now we're on the petrodollar, and now we're not even on the petrodollar. The only way for money to exist is for there to be debt that's backing that money. Think about that. So the only way that money exists is through debt. So when I hear people saying I'm saving my money, I hear I'm saving my debt, right? Now, don't think about that logically, right? One more piece of game for you guys, man. The bank, I'm not even gonna go into that in this video. But again, man, if you guys wanna learn how to do this, click on the link below. I'm gonna send you guys a free training breaking this down a little bit more granular. And for those of you that really wanna learn how to do this, I got a community of people all over the country that can help you crush it. All right, so we gotta go close on this property right here, Caden. Been working on it for a year. How much cash you getting out of it?
316,000.
316?
Yep.
How much are your closing costs?
Closing costs are like 15 grand.
Dang, are they that high?
I think it's a little bit off. She said they dropped a couple thousand off, but it's still gonna be like 12 or 13 grand.
Now,
Because it's a big loan.
God, so you're paying 1.5 points on the money?
Even though I'm only paying 1.5, it's 1.5 on 316,000 versus all my other loans. The big was like.
So you got about 5,000 in points, and then you got 2,000 from the lender, which puts you at 7,000. Then you got another 7,500 in closing costs just related with the loan. Then you got another 1,000 in title, probably 1,000 in title, closing costs, maybe 1,500, put you at 9 grand. And then you got your taxes and your escrow you got to set up, right? So that's going to put you probably at 11, 12 grand. So out of the 316,000, you got to pay off 300 grand. How much are you getting back?
Basically nothing. Once I put aside all my, I'm gonna get a couple $100.
Maybe a couple $1,000. What about, and you closing on 2 properties today,
Yep,
right?
I'm closing on 2. The other one, I'm getting 20 or 30 grand.
Okay,
No,
so
I'm getting more than that.
$20,000 baby?
I'm getting 50,000 back on that one, I think.
Really? How much are you taking out?
No, I'm only taking out 165, so I'm still getting 40 out.
You got 125 in it, so you got 165. You're gonna have 7,000 closing costs. So 158, let's say 157. So you got, so yeah, you're getting
I could
35.
have pulled a lot more out of that one too.
Yeah.
Because my payment's only 1,000 a month, and I'm getting 1,700 a month.
Yeah. So you're getting 1,700 a month.
It was a good deal.
Okay, and I told you to do that deal. That was like a 2-week deal.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be a good.
Oh, what about the one you put an offer in on today?
We'll see. He just drew up the offer.
Okay, so you gave him 85,000. 85,000 plus the realtor one at 45. So 89.5, right? So that gives him leverage to go back and say, hey, your other offer that you have, they may be paying you more, but they're asking you to pay the realtor. You ain't got to pay me, right? So you should ask him and make sure he's not getting paid through them. Did you do that?
No.
Okay, that's okay, son. Well, proud of you, man. Really pushing through on this project here.
Thanks.
Today's the payday. You making, 30, 40,000 bucks, man.
I'm getting enough for a new iPhone. Barely.
Yeah. Are you gonna get a new iPhone?
Heck no.
Why? Nah, I'll get you an iPhone.
Man, those things is $2 grand now. Apple tripping.
Yeah.
I think they selling supercomputers.
Oh, you wanna go cut that a light off over there, son? You got
That's
these?
just the natural light.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this feels good, man. You
Yeah.
got mini splits here. Yeah. So this looks good, man. Do you like this house?
If I couldn't see the outside, yeah.
Now, when you say you couldn't see the outside just because it's kind of like in the hood, let's go a few blocks down and show you guys exactly
I mean, where we were just at, over on Devontae's property, let's just literally, that's like 2 minutes away.
All right, so we're headed up here, Caden, to do the refinance on that property, but you also got another property you're doing a cash out refi on today. Tell us about that property.
That one, I bought it for $92,500. I had to put 25 grand into it. It's probably gonna be 30 grand because I put these windows in and I just wanted to put some new windows. But
oh, you did replace some of them windows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I replaced those. So I'm gonna be all in it for.
Now, how much are you paying for them windows?
$350 on average with install.
Really? And John's hooking you up?
Yeah.
Okay. So how much? The windows are 192 bucks, and he's charging you 150 to install them?
Yes.
Okay. Are you clear on the 150?
Yeah.
Okay, because you know how John is. John will take care of you, but he'll try to get your ass. All right, so you all in on that property for how much?
I'm 122.5.
122.5, and it reappraised at 220?
Yes.
Okay, and then did you rent that property yet?
No, but I have a whole bunch of applicants on it.
Okay, so you're renting it for 1,700 bucks, right? So one of the things you guys want to make sure you're doing when you're renting is you want to do nicer property, because think about what type of tenant you're going to get if you have a crappy property. You also want to make sure that it flows. You know, I see so many people just mess up and they go, like, they don't have any vision, man. Well, it's got 3 bedrooms, but I can get more if I make it a 4th bedroom. And I'm like, dude, you don't have a place for, you don't have a living room. Yeah, I know, I turned it into a bedroom. Who do you think's gonna wanna rent that out, man? And then you tell me that they can eat their food in the kitchen. And it's like, look, you gotta make sure the thing flows, man. Number one. Number two, you want nice fit and finishes if you wanna get nice tenants. Number three, don't wait till the property's done to try to rent it. Go get a stock photo, show people this is what it's going to look like. And always put that in the description. Coming soon, property under renovation, we'll have brand new kitchen, brand new bathroom, blah, blah. This is a stock photo. We're using the same type of cabinets and granite countertops. All I'm really showing them is like one picture, the kitchen. That's really what they want to see. I'm not showing them the outside. Outside's not done yet. But here's the thing. In Cincinnati right now, it takes on average 51 days to rent a property, right? So not just rent, but move-in time. So it takes somebody 51 days and I get my property done right now and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rent it. What kind of tenant do you think is looking for a unit last minute?
Somebody not in a good financial position.
They may not be in a bad financial position, but they're sporadic, right? We're looking for somebody that's very stable, that's well planned out. And you know, like me, I'm an exception. I would be somebody that like last minute, I just, hey man, I want to rent a place for 2 months, right? If we're going to Florida or whatever, but we're talking long-term rental. We want people that are intentional, that know ahead of time, like I'm looking for a place in 60 days. That's responsible, right?
Yeah.
And so if we know it takes 51 days to lease, as soon as we buy that property, we need to start running an ad. Then we need to run at, can we get this property done in 45 days? And can we get this property rented for the 15th or whatever month, or the 10th? And get that good tenant in there. Also, by doing better fit and finishes, a lot of times, you may spend an extra $4,000 or $5,000 on a property, and it may not add any value, but here's where that really makes up. You can get the best tenant in the market, and oftentimes you can get $150 extra per month for the unit, because it's got granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, open, you know, more open concept, nicer flooring. Don't be the landlord who thinks you're gonna make your money by cheaping out. Be the landlord who's going to buy right and renovate right and give their tenant a nice quality place to live. Some of these tenants, man, this is all they have in life. And all they want is to be able to provide a nice place for their kids. So give that to them, man, deliver that. So let's just say you put an extra $5,000 in this property. You could go borrow $5,000 in debt for $300 a year. So if you're making an extra $100 a month, that's an extra $1,200. So it more than covers the debt on the property. Does that make sense, son?
Yeah.
So think about it long term. We're going up here to get 2 closings done. You're returning about $425,000 to your investors, right? And then you're walking away today with maybe about 40,000.
40, yeah.
About 40,000.
40.
Good job, man. What are you gonna do with that 40 grand?
Go put in another deal.
You're not gonna buy your new steering wheel for your Tesla?
I'm not gonna buy a new car until I have $1 million cash. I probably will buy something crazy when I'm worth $5 million.
Okay, so you're not worried about cars anymore? You're out of that stage?
I mean, I've never been worried about them, but I'll just, because once I get to a $5 million net worth, you're bringing in like $500,000 a year. You're sitting on your butt doing nothing. So then you can really get to the point where you can just start to buy stupid stuff.
So you're okay with bad debt and buying depreciating assets, but you don't want to do it off active income. Active income is money that you're working for.
Yeah. I want it to be off my passive stuff that I get just sitting doing nothing.
All right, so you got another property you're working on too, man. So you got all your properties wrapped up except one. This last one, when are you wrapping that one up and how long do you think it'll be?
That one we're wrapping up right now. They're really doing the punch out right now. They're actually painting the cabinets in there.
Did they put the backsplash up?
I don't know. They were starting on it yesterday. I don't know if they're done though.
How was it going up?
It was just the glue on one.
Got it. Okay.
And then you also said that one of his guys worked with him a couple times before, and they said they sometimes would buckle. So he said he got some like Gorilla Glue, and you just roll it on the wall after it, and it'll just keep it from buckling up. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So then you're running out of deals to do. We're getting ready to go to Florida because the snowstorm's coming.
Yeah.
Let's go on in here to the closing, man, so you can show people the HUDs, okay?
Okay.
And show them the checks.
I'm here for 2 closings in Lincoln.
Yeah. Not like that though. Golly, it's cold out here. I ain't taking my shorts off. I ain't doing it.
Oh yeah, why did you wear shorts today?
Oh no, man, I hate wearing pants,
I feel
man.
like a negative and you wore shorts.
Huh? Thank you. Hey, get you another pin today, baby. Closing day,
I'm
man.
gonna steal a couple more pins from Rob.
Yeah, come over here. You let Rob sit at the end so he can.
Okay.
You're the only one that got to sign papers today, right? So when
no,
he first, huh?
Because I have a payoff to you.
Okay, you have a payoff. Okay, but you
Even
don't
though
have.
I didn't have to bring money for it. I think you still have to sign off.
Okay, so let me ask you this,
because
man.
You own
When
the mortgage.
your first 2 deals, I had to co-sign,
Yes.
right? Now I don't need to co-sign no more.
Now I'm growing up.
How many deals have you done it on your own now?
4.
Oh, without a co-sign?
Without a cosigner.
Just the other beach? Just one?
So the other beach, then Hunter.
You didn't do Hunter yet, the refi.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Good. How you doing, brother? Doing good. Yeah. Uh-huh.
No. No.
Not Mike?
There's one.
Yeah, my wife went down there yesterday.
Like,
Yeah, I think we're ready for it. I mean, there is, but they're not direct, and I'm not. I ain't jumping on a flight.
what? Yeah. No, it almost definitely will. By the time we get over there, it's probably gonna have to cut across.
Let's see what they can.
Right through this door.
So you got some money coming back today, man.
Yep.
Let's see how much money you got coming back.
Send us some money to my dad.
Tried to combine them.
Oh, I didn't send it, so I'll just send it after.
Not after. So,
Okay.
so yeah, so this one was ranked 30,000. And then get 200.
After everything.
Yeah, that's $268,000.
Really?
Really? Ice mortgage?
CME lending group.
Oh, okay. That's what that is.
Got
Yeah, they're just broke on it.
And then tier 2.
Same thing there.
Look at all this right here, man. This is one loan. Rob, how many pieces of paper do you guys go through a freaking?
Oh, we got like 4 or 5 alien-sized copies to go on every day. This is about 150 pages. If one thing changes, we just toss this out and reprint the whole thing. You know, the other day we had an extra letter in the lady's last name. Redo that, we've got to change up the system and reprint the whole thing. So
Wow.
we don't judge us, but there's a lot of people out here.
Yeah, but you're actually helping people create jobs. How much longer do you think paper will be around?
Honestly, this is $6 billion. And people complain that there's too much paper. $150,000. Like, it may not sound like a lot to you, that's a lot of money. Another $350 or whatever. These are lots of money. So you gotta sign the papers, you gotta have it. You need to still make sure when you go to foreclose on someone, you got papers signed by something. You don't want to just go to pay click the button so it goes between $3,000. I just personally, that's my opinion. I don't think it should go paper. Could it be limited? Yeah, we have some lenders that have this stuff e-signed and so less is signed when you get here. This lenders have to be nothing, you know, papers.
Do you charge them more, or do you charge us more if we got to do?
Are all based on with a closing fee and a title insurance fee. We get the same whether it's hard, easy, lots of paper, little paper. So sure, there's some.
So you're losing money on this deal right here.
We have a pretty good deal on paper because we get a lot of it. So we're good to go. You don't do anything, but as you were just saying, the one thing is that, you know, when people buy, sell, refinance, being in this part of it, there's like 12 people that get paid based on the refinance. You got your appraiser getting paid, you got your lender getting paid, your title company getting paid, the county getting paid, the flood search, so that person gets paid, your insurance has got something to do, so they're getting paid. You know, we're getting 10 to 12 people.
Your contractors are getting paid. Home Depot's getting paid.
Realtors sometimes getting paid.
Realtors getting paid.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
so when you like, we actually stopped the buying and selling of real estate where
The whole economy collapses.
there's a lot of people there.
Money does not exist anymore. Everybody thinks money exists, right? This is not money you're borrowing. This is debt you're creating, right? This is debt that is created and you're borrowing.
Like,
you know,
they came up with a new idea where they said they're going to move mortgage. If you could just take this mortgage and move it, the jobs you're losing by not doing all this refinancing. It goes, I know it's a pain reel, but it does drive the economy.
Drives the economy, yeah.
I mean, it's just,
well, it's like
buys or sells a house, that person buying and selling a house. There's a lot of people involved in the real estate.
Yeah, between real estate and then think about medical, right? You go to a doctor, the doctor says, you know, I got a fever. He says, I gotta send you to a specialist. You're like, I got a damn fever, man. And just tell me what's wrong with me. I gotta send you to a specialist, and it's two weeks away.
Blood draws,
Yeah.
Medicine, everything gets touched by a lot of different.
Yeah, then you got the healthcare people, you got the people that are processed, and you got everything, man. It's how we have a whole fake made up economy. I mean, really, we just fake made up an economy. Yeah. It's like, well, look, we plant grass so we can mow it. I mean, think about how stupid that is. I'm gonna plant grass so I can create some jobs and have people ride around at mowers. Like, who the hell came up with grass, man? Like Toro and like whoever owns the lawnmower company.
Monsanto. Came up with it.
I'm surprised Monsanto ain't came out with the grass yet that you don't have to
With
mow.
a fire bottom. I was looking it up.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Why not? Bro, how much you getting back?
50,000 me, 350,000 in total.
350 and
450 in total.
It's more than that, ain't it? Let me see.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than that.
How much is your loan document?
316.
How much is the one for
155.
316, Rob? And he had what, about 15,000 closing costs on that?
Yeah, it's getting out like 298.
298. So you had 18,000 in closing.
I think it's 312.
Oh, 312. So you had 14,000 in closing costs.
Yeah, 312. Yeah, 298.
Oh, and your payment's 1657 a month.
It's not all closing costs though, because remember it's like some for escrows.
Yeah. Yeah, how much is so? Explain that real quick, because people think, oh my God, my closing costs, like taxes and insurance, should go on your balance sheet as a prepaid, so it actually stays with you on your network.
Right, it's not cost you, it's your own money you're putting in escrow. So in this one, there's about $3,000 in tax and insurance. So your real closing costs are more
Like 9,000.
Yeah.
12. They're 11,000. You're 11,000.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
and well, actually, there's no 2,000 in your tax. So that's no 2,000. So really only close to
Yeah, 9,000. Yeah, and then
Oh, what?
you got 1,000 maybe to the title company, maybe 1,500 title company, and then you got the lender charge a point and a half. And man, I'll be hearing people complain about paying the points to a damn lender. Like, look, man, you're making all the money. If you're not making all the money, you shouldn't be doing a deal. You know, like you made how much on this deal? Your equity, you got 480.
Yeah, I got $180,000 in equity on
No,
it.
not anymore. You know, you got 168 because they just like
Yeah,
it's 12 grand, bro.
yeah.
Took him 12,
Yeah.
9 grand.
Yeah. Now, what is this for, Rob?
That's for you to wire. We're gonna wire you your payoff, paying you off at 135, and then this is for your proceeds. You get that 298 cash out, 298,000. So he's gonna fill out the form for us to tell us what bank account to put that in.
Okay. They just both come to the same. So you need. Can you want to go up there? One up there?
Wire though.
Yeah.
Got to wire so you can get
Okay. Okay.
and then your wire got to wire it.
Okay.
Unless you guys want to.
Through Golfa.
Yeah, just give us checks.
Yeah. Checks will work, but you still got to go
Are
send
you
that
be
money.
on Monday to get checked?
Probably. I mean, we're not even gonna be able to leave out.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah.
And even it's gonna take 5 months to clear anyway. Maybe taking forever. Maybe taking a while.
Scare the people on the video.
They only take a month, guys. 28 days. Okay, and I need to send this for how much?
So yeah, okay. No wiring gonna go out today anyway, so we can just do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just go do it now. So.
Rob,
Yeah.
we're gonna get you a coffee machine, bro.
Ryan, you can get him driving.
We'll get you a good one, man.
I don't drink coffee.
Don't matter. Your wife does. She's gonna have you drinking coffee.
She makes it print.
You can probably make tea out of it too.
30,000. You can get that.
30,000 for 1658.
Yeah, you can get there today. Send that. You get
Come on,
the out.
let's go.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rob.
Either you text me what checks or if you want wires.
Okay. Okay, we'll do.
Appreciate it.
Rob, thank you again, man.
Love you guys.
Appreciate you. Love you too, brother.
All right, man. Have a good trip. Hope you get the floor.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
Yeah,
I'll sit here in the snow
We'll
for you.
we'll probably get to Florida Monday or Tuesday. Congratulations, son.
Thank
Let's
you.
go, baby. Property number 3 and 4 refi.
Yeah.
No, property
5.
property 4 and 5 refi. You got one more you're working on. You gotta get them done quicker, man. You lost $50,000 in carrying cost on that property. You guys gotta have a system and process to get this stuff done quick. For me, I ain't had no choice because if I didn't get it done quick, I didn't have money for bills. For you, it doesn't mean shit, right? For most of you guys, it does, man. That's a whole different level. So for a lot of people, I see, oh, I didn't grow up rich. Well, damn it, you need to be out here getting this money, making sure your kids grow up rich, and you give them the same opportunity Kaden got.
Wait, you want me to respond to that?